We are live. That's right. Welcome back, everybody. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is 3 Beats Later.
Yo, Dread, jumping right into it. Click like, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend. 3 Beats Later, back again.
So what's up, everybody? This is 3 Beats Later, your favorite beat making live stream and podcast. Every week we get together. We basically make music every single week. We chop up samples, we chop up beats, we share the creations that we have created, and we also invite amazing guests. Last week we had an amazingly dope producer named Imperative, based out of Toronto right now, who works with Benny the Butcher, Rick Hyde, and various other artists. And this week we have another very, very dope producer. We're going to get into our guest in just a second. But yeah, if you have not joined the show or watched the show yet, as Q said, hit like and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell all your producer friends what's up. It's just a hang for about an hour. We're going to talk about beats. We're going to listen to some music, and then we're gonna get on with our day. So, yeah, we got a very special guest, and you might have actually used some of his loop kits in the past. You might have seen some of his fire beats on Instagram, and actually, that is how I'm going to tie this together. Because before I actually bring him on, we need to just listen to some of this because it's crazy. So 2 years ago we started 3 Beats Later, and we basically started bringing on dope producers. And then I'm following all different types of producers on Instagram, and then I come across something like this, which I'm about to play for you right now.
No audio.
And I will share my screen once again with audio, which will be amazing. And here it is. There we go. And I was like, wait a second, he's using Beatmaker 3 over there, and it is sick. And then I came across something like this. So if you're not bobbing your head after you watch that, something's wrong with you. So after scrolling, you could basically go on our guest's Instagram and scroll through randomly, right? And just pick where he's messing with a beat, and it'll be straight fire. Here we go. Let's do it one more time, just to prove it right. All right.
Hey.
So I'm bringing them up. Everybody, welcome to the show. Marv4MoBeats. What's up, Marvin?
Yo, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
All is well. Like I forgot all about them beats.
Listen, man, even when the audio wasn't playing, I looked at your station and I said, yo, I don't trust producers who don't got a bunch of stuff at their production table. If it don't look like that, your beat's not hot, man. You gotta have everything at that table, man. You gotta live at that table.
Man, yep. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people be shocked, man, when I tell them I only use the iPad. So, producers are flabbergasted, but at the same time, they're like, they come to a realization like, man, dang, that's all you really need to really get busy. So, I'm glad to first and foremost, man, I'm glad for you guys having me on the show. I appreciate it, man. CP, he reached out to me, I think maybe back in October, and he told me, look, y'all must be doing something great because y'all was booked all the way up to December. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when he mentioned, when he hit me up and reminded me, I was like, dang, man, I forgot all about this. But man, I appreciate you guys allowing me to be on y'all podcast platform. It's an honor, bro. It's definitely an honor, man.
Well, you are the very special guest today. You are also our final guest for the year. So we wanted to close it out with a banger. And so first, I have to say that a lot of what you create is very inspiring, very, very inspiring.
Thank you.
And specifically, I kind of tell this on the podcast probably too many times, but I took a detour in producing music and I started basically just playing guitar in a band for quite some time and was just performing in and around the DC area. And then about 2 years ago, I kind of got back into it in about like late 2019. And one of the things that brought me back in was I had an old iPad 2 and I had Beatmaker 2 on the iPad. And I always kept that for sketches. Like I would just think of like chord ideas and I would just like write something down. And then as I started getting like more into it, I got a new iPad. I was like, you know what? This is like the first generation iPad. Like, let's get rid of this. And when I got the new iPad, I downloaded Beatmaker 3. And that kind of opened the door for me to kind of really get back into producing and creating hip hop and songwriting and all that good stuff. And then I was really, taken aback when I saw all the things they could do.
Somebody froze.
Mic check.
Is that just shaky?
Nah, I think that's his joint froze.
He froze up midstream.
Well, I guess maybe I could just tap in until he come back, just to kind of not to have any blank tape. Something we say at church when we record, don't have any blank tape. Anyway, man, well, I don't want to get ahead of the questions, but just kind of elaborating on what he was saying in regards to the iPad. I remember even myself when I the first encounter I had with iOS production was I was just happened to be scrolling on YouTube, man. And I'm originally from New Orleans, right? So, Manny Fresh was, one of the top producers, in New Orleans. Right. And now I'm in Texas, but, just going through going to the YouTube. Anyway, I ran across a video of Manny and Mos Def. And Mos Def was doing this concert at the House of Blues in New Orleans. So they hit the studio afterwards, right? So in the studio session, Manny had his iPad using Beatmaker 2. And man, that was it, bro. That was it. And that was like back in, I want to say maybe around 2011, 2010, when I seen it, man. And I was blown away. I was like everybody else. How in the world
it's possible.
Yeah, how is he even producing on the iPad? You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, man, he was killing it, bro. He was killing it. So I remember telling my wife, I said, baby, I want an iPad for my birthday. I said, that's all I want. I don't want nothing else. I know it's gonna set you back,
Right.
set you back for a minute.
Right.
And it was the iPad. I think it was the iPad 2, which was still about $700. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But man, I once I got that iPad, you know, it just was from that point on. Something CP said, you know, he was using it just as a sketch, you know, for sketch ideas, which a lot of producers, you know, a lot of producers that have iPads that even may have a Beatmaker 3 to this day use it just to sketch ideas, which I totally get. I think I was just determined to, you know, just push the envelope as far as I could, to where now it's my main, everything is centered around my iPad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is centered around it's my go-to, you know what I'm saying? I haven't produced on my MacBook, which my iPad Pro 2020 now runs circles over my MacBook Pro. But I haven't produced on a computer in at least about 7 years straight. I haven't done any other production other than all the production I have on the iPad. I haven't used a computer. 7 years I've been off. Only thing I open my MacBook up for is to send emails or to, you know, deliver, you know, send the waves and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the iOS has just been my, you know, it's been my go-to. So,
wow. Well, I got something to say before we veer too further into the digital world, because between you and Marcus over there, man, y'all about to take our viewers on a whole nother production plane. I don't know a lot of producers personally that work on iOS and on pads exclusively, let alone, you know, as a side, you know, addition to their arsenal. But one thing that I saw with you, and when you sent over the material, I saw that and I was like, does that say what I think it says? And it's right now looking through your Instagram, I saw it because I used to do this back in the day. You have a 2-track tape machine that you're running and bouncing tracks to?
Yeah. So
let's go back to analog before we get in this digital world real quick. Tell them about that. I saw that off the bat and I was impressed.
Yeah. So what happened? So when my reel to reel, man, I have been having the reel. Now I pulled it out for the kit that I sent you guys, right?
Okay.
And but prior to that, I had been having the reel to reel in my studio booth, which I turned into a closet now. I've been having it for over 2 years. I picked it up on Facebook for maybe $50 from a little older lady. Had to drive out to go get it, but you know, it worked and stuff. $50 off of Facebook Marketplace. So I got it and I just had it sitting in my booth for a while. And it had been a while since I had put out a kit. It probably had been maybe, I put out volume 6, maybe like last year. You know what I'm saying? So what happened, I had some time, you know, I put a whole gap in between of me, you know, keeping the kits. Because one thing about the kits, in which we'll get into, once you start making the kits, because of the community, the composition community is so saturated and everybody's doing it. You have to keep, you know, you got to be consistently putting them out. Thank God, I kind of have a core following. So, you know, it's still hurting me. Don't get it twisted. For me to not to put out a kit within a whole year still hurting me. I'm getting to the point of that with the tape. So as I started getting into working on volume 7, man, because even when you're working on a sample kits, man, like for me personally, I have to start building myself up. You know what I'm saying? I have to get into this mindset because, I'm making it by myself. I got 10 compositions that I got to make sound different. You know what I'm saying? So I have to mentally build myself up, get the courage to even do it. But at the same time, I'm like, what am I going to do different from everybody else? Because, even though I haven't been putting out kits, me personally, I purchase kits, you know what I'm saying? And I like to go and, see the whole science behind producers making and what they use and what equipment they use and this and that. I didn't see anybody using like a 2-track. So I said, you know what? Let me pull my 2-track. Let me pull my reel-to-reel out the closet. And what I'm going to do different, I'm going to run all of the compositions through the tape, from the tape back into BeatMaker, bounce it out. So even in the kit, you see a version where it's the tape version, then you got the digital version.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason I did it. I did that. I also put out a drum kit maybe a month later. Yeah, about a month later. So the drum kit, I ran the drums through the tape as well. So I just been having it sitting on my desk because I got to make some space to put it back in the closet. But I do like the idea of mixing the two worlds. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, I am impressed. Number one, the fact that picture of a 2-track right there is not just for graphic sake, that's actually a part of the production of the loop kit. That does give you a separate edge. And that technique was one of my secret techniques. Any of my people know me from Tennessee. You see what this brother is doing? You remember when I had that very same setup? Because it gives it a sound. I caught that immediately. Same thing. I got one out of a pawn shop or something and was just messing around. I had they sold me a bunch of not blank, but tapes. You can record over it or whatever. And immediately the warmth that it gave it was unparalleled.
Yes. You say you from Tennessee?
Yeah.
What part?
I'm originally from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Word. I was born and raised in Memphis.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Born and raised in Memphis. Grew up in New Orleans, and then Katrina ran us to Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You're in Texas still, huh?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Tennessee folks. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Yo, Marv, but you're in a great state because there's a lot of incredible producers in Texas. Sick with it, S1. There's some in the year there, so it's also a great state to be in.
It is, man. And all those guys you mentioned are good friends of mine. I actually was a branding ambassador for Airbit through Sick. My homeboy Jay Rhodes, me and Jay Rhodes are really good.
Jay Rhodes, yeah. Killshot is out there.
Yeah, when I was doing my podcast, I interviewed S1 and his son. So yeah, and I used to work for MachineMasters.com, and me and AG, the owner, we used to always talk about. What we were trying to do at one point in time, we was trying to do conferences and stuff. So I was always telling him, I said, hey man, Texas is where your producers are. Dallas specifically. That's where all the music producers are, in the Dallas area. You got some, like I would be considered in the Austin area. You got some in Houston, but the bulk of the producers are in Dallas.
Yeah. I need to get back out there too, because my wife's a Cowboys fan. We went to the stadium a couple years ago. But we're in Virginia though, so we try to get out there. I got to get back out there because I got some connections out there. So I definitely got to link up with you when we make it back out.
Yeah, no doubt.
I gotta tell you something. Hold on. I don't know if Shiki's back. Oh, you right there. Marv, it was almost 2 years ago. It was December 9th, 2 years ago. I hit you up and I don't think it was. I think it might have been on BeatStars, and I was like, "Yo, I want your Beatmaker 3 EQ presets." And he was like, "Yo, here you go, bro. You I was like, "Yo, I'll pay for it. You gave me a nice discount." And I was just like, "Yo," and then I loaded them up in Beatmaker 3, and I didn't remember the date, but I looked at it. I looked at the email today. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy. It's almost 2 years ago. It was December 9th, 2019, wow. December 9th." I was like, "Yo, that's almost to the day."
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
Appreciate that, man. I sold a lot. A lot of people bought them EQs, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they lifesavers to me, bro. I still use them. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna let. Yes. Yeah. I don't want to jump the gun, but I don't want to. Yeah. I want to.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm very minimalistic, so presets are my best friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to go right to it. I don't want to jump the gun. So go ahead, ask your question, CP.
I was gonna say, first off, I also want to say sorry for jumping off because I was probably talking for another 3 minutes, and then I looked up and no one was there. So
right.
So yeah. But what about you found a way to differentiate yourself for this kit? But that seems like a question that's just going to consistently be there, right? So are you thinking about the next kit, and are you thinking about different things that you could do for the next kit, or where does that stand?
No. I honestly, I'm really not. No, you know what? Let me say this. I was a friend of mine that well, we just became friends, but we had been following one another for a good little while. A gentleman that I recently linked up with, he used to work for MSX Audio over my guy Mike and them over there. He was a sound designer over there, but looked like what he had did, he kind of just went on his own. I had seen that he kind of just, ventured off on his own. So I reached out to him. I was like, "Yo, man, let's work on a kit together." And then, it started to take off, but he had to back out because, he had some family issues. His wife was sick and stuff, which I totally respect. But, that was going to be my next venture, doing a kit with somebody, a collab with another producer, man. Me personally, have I thought about Marvelous Loops 8? No. And like I was saying before you went off, CP, man, is that you have to get yourself in the mindset, and really, and because I've been making compositions for the last 5-6 years, it's so important. And let me say this too. I'm not a fluent piano player. I'm a drummer by I'm a drummer by trade, but the keys and stuff is, you won't know it unless I tell you, but I'm not a fluent player. So to come up with these compositions, to make sure, this pack don't sound like volume 4, mentally, I have to get myself in a mind frame.
Right.
What I tend to do when I'm creating kits, I start looking at a whole bunch of black exploitations. I start looking at, a lot of the Shaft stuff and, the old 70s movies.
Man, you could hear it on this one for sure.
Yeah. And then what I do, the voice recorder on my phone is my best friend too, because if I'm on the road and I hear a melody in my head, or if I'm watching something, I kind of hear something, I kind of just hum a vibe in my phone. Hurry up and get home and, put it down. But, I'm not even thinking about volume 8 right now.
Okay. What about, you mentioned how things are so saturated right now with people making kits, people making loops and all that stuff. It sounds like, you kind of started in a time frame where it wasn't that saturated.
I did. I did. So I used to work for machinemasters.com, right? I did reviews over there for them. I would, I did the sample pack Saturdays every Saturday for a long time. I would do the mobile tip Tuesdays and stuff. So, you know, I started working for the company. You know, I was blessed to be paid, and they gave me kits. You know, they will always give me the new kits and stuff. And the owner, me and AG, we really hit it off and have a good friendship, even to this day. He the one who really started me. He said, "Hey man," he said, "You ever thought about doing sample kits?" I said, "Man, no, indeed not." I said, "Man, I wouldn't even know where to begin and know where to start." He was like, "Well, man, you already know how to play drums, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you're already good with like the bass. People always knew me for making good bass lines and stuff." He said, "Man, you kind of got those two things down pat. It's easy." So he started me out. And then the time when I started, you know, you had, at that time, I can remember, I'm trying to think about the producers that were already hitting. Like Illmind was already on the scene. Illmind was already killing it. Illmind making $30,000 a month on kits.
Oh my
you
God.
know, of course you had Frank Dukes, but Frank was getting that sample kit money, but he was getting all of the sample placements too. So, you know, at that time, Frank and Illmind was the bigger producers. Then you had like Booney Mayfield. Booney came and did the Booney Tunes. Then you had oh man, who else? You see, you didn't have, well, Drum Broker. They had companies and stuff that were doing that thing, which Illmind and Frank was normally taking up a lot of the space over at Drum Breaker. So it wasn't as thick as it is now. You know, like I was mentioning to you, you know, on Instagram, man. You know, that was a time when I can almost pay my whole mortgage just with one payout. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's when the money was good. There wasn't a lot of people in it, but then you didn't have Splice and you didn't have Sounds.com neither. Once Splice and Sounds.com came onto the scene, they did what iTunes and Spotify did. They came in with those memberships, which is good for the consumers, but it hurts the artists.
Right.
So, you know, we know with streaming, you know, your typical, you know, even your mainstream artists are making, you know, they got to get almost 50 billion streams to get $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like pennies on the dollar.
Right.
Not even talking about like indie artists that's just, you know, getting it out the mud. Same thing happened with the producers. Once Sounds.com and Splice came on the scene, you know, which I remember when Sounds.com started, because a friend of mine, he worked for Native Instruments, and he was a part of recruiting producers to be a part of it. And he reached out to me and asked me, he said, "Hey man, I'm recruiting, you know, producers to be a part of Sound.com. He said, "Man, would you be interested in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I tried it, but the way they want the kits to be labeled and set up, it was just too much for me." And it was, but once it got off the ground, man, you start to, you know, even myself personally, I start to see the money just start to go down, because, you know, you can get a subscription, which I have a Splice subscription. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I pay $7.99 a month for 100 credits. You let that add up over time. You know, you may have 600 credits, which allows you to download what you want to download.
Right.
So when those companies came on the scene, producers like myself that make compositions, you know, it start to hurt. It start to hurt real bad. And so now you got to try to reinvent. I had to take a step back and try to reinvent myself and try to, you know, okay, got to get another game plan down, because I see that this is not working how it's not really beneficial how it used to be. So then I started to get into, making the kits, but reaching out to other producers, you know, and saying, hey, listen, man, I would love to see some compositions, you know, which that allowed me to start working with, I was able to do some sample work with Static Selector.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which in return, one of the samples actually landed on a Wiz Khalifa's album, a Wiz Khalifa song. He used one of the samples, and he hit me up. He was like, yo, I used one of the samples, and I just want to let you know I'm gonna give you 30% publishing. I was like, wow, man, you know, and he didn't have to do that, you know what I'm saying? So so from that point on, I said, okay, well, you know what? I better get a little smart. I better get a little smart here. I better put in the clause, hey, if this sample go big,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I need you to hook a brother up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's a perfect segue of what I wanted to talk about too. And first off, whenever we hear good things about you know, producers that we love, like I love Static Selector, and that's like that's a positive story. Shouts out to Static Selector for
man. You know, you're talking about integrity, you know, and he didn't have to do that because at that time, you know, I didn't have that clause in there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just on the strength, man, you know, he reached back and was like, yo, man, I want to let you know, bro, I'm gonna put you as a co-producer, you know, on the song, and I'm gonna give you 30%. I was like, man, praise the Lord, appreciate that.
Yeah, what do you think about? I mean, so we put out like a free kit. We had like our year anniversary for the show. We actually had like a beat contest. We invited producers to send music in. We put out a kit of just like 3 compositions and just like ideas basically, and then we had like a contest. So people submitted their beats, and we judged them, and we gave a couple people prizes. And we put a clause into that kit. You know, I think it's something that nobody really reads. It's so hard for producers to really kind of protect themselves in this space. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are your thoughts about that? Because I told, that was one of the things I told you on Instagram. I said, I really appreciate seeing a disclaimer like this, because it allows producers who are kind of creating, and maybe they're not like necessarily getting placements or something like that, to still create and use these loops. But then if it goes and makes like a major label placement, then you know, then there's a period to talk business basically.
Right. So, man, you know,
I know it's a tricky.
It is, man. It's one of those things. And see, we can get into where you can do the metadata and, you know, go ahead and, you know, you could do all that. But man, a lot of times, you know, I guess, you know, it just boils down to a matter of integrity. Now, I will say this: if it comes to a point in time, if a major artist used the kit, the company is going to make sure, you know what I'm saying, they're going to go through the logistics of it, you know what I'm saying? So I would say you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, in a sense like that. It's almost like one of these things like, hey man, you just, you know, shoot your shot, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully you get a return on it. You know, I had no clue what you know, what Static was going to do. And then Static turned around and used it. He did an album with Bun B too at the same time, and then used another one, you know, and used another composition. So that was another one, man. Like this dude turned around and, you know, was like, hey man, I want to let you know I use that too. So, you know, it's possible, man, you get, you know, and see, he's an independent, he's not on a label.
Right.
That was just an integrity thing for him. You know, I will say this too, man. And even something that AG told me in the very beginning, because, you know, they had producers have been putting those clauses in for a long time.
Right.
But what happens, you know, the bedroom producers, like, you know, like myself and, you know, a whole bunch of other producers, you know what I'm saying, they didn't want to, they kind of, from a consumer standpoint, as me having this product, selling it to consumer, it was one of the things to just go ahead and make it royalty free, so they can go ahead and make them, and so you can make the sale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which it was okay at that time because the money was okay. You know what I'm saying? It was good. but it's just when things start to change, that's when you had to start making the changes and start, putting in them clauses and stuff like that.
Right.
But but with the royalty free, it did help me build a core following.
Right.
It helped
there's
me
always
build,
there's always like a give and take, right?
Yeah. It built the core following, and also too, like there was what I had started doing too. I always put my kits on machinemaster.com, but I started selling my kits on my own site. So what was happening? My core following was like, yo, I'm gonna just come to your site and buy it, which I want that traffic. I want to start building building that traffic to come directly to me. You know what I'm saying? Machine Masters, they take a percentage. If you coming to me, I'm getting the full amount. You know what I'm saying? So that is the benefits. Them diehards they gonna support you, support you. So that that's a benefit too, man. And like I say, I got almost 12, 13 sample compositions. So,
I got a quick question.
Yes.
I got a quick question. Just off the top of my head, one thing that you said made me think about this. I'm sure you have, like, say you work with Static Selector, a lot of these things you end up having a long tail effect that you couldn't possibly see whenever you initially started the project. Do you find that you developed your own sort of network of artists and MCs and singers that, will maybe repeat customers for production wise, or you know what I mean? Like,
well, yes,
power.
Yes. And I mean, when it comes to beat production, I have a core following with that, you know what I'm saying? Like for years, man, I don't do, let me say this. I don't do like email blasts. I do text blasts. You know what I'm saying? So when I got new beats up, I got a gang of artists that, that rock with me. Hey, look, new beats up. And they, and I hit them through the email.
Who are your top 5 that come through and just surprise you with their turnarounds on your stems or your beats or whatever? Like, who are your top
Say it again?
Who would be like your top 5 crews that have surprised you? Or top 3, you know what I mean? Artists out there that consistently, you put out a beat pack or a track or whatever, and they hit you back, go, this is what I did with what you got. Like,
well, man,
any artists come on?
I got a few indie artists, man, that are very consistent. Like, as soon as I send out or what I do, I send them the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a report with them while I send them the joint. So they got
the finished track, right?
Yeah. So I got this artist by the name of P.SO. Like I send Biz a track. I'm like, yo, something fresh off the iPad. And he'd be like, yo, I need that. Like maybe 15, 20 minutes. Like, I need that. Send me the stamp. I'm about to send you the PayPal. So I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? And then like that's sometimes when I know this joke is slamming, I'd be like, I know exactly who to send it to. I know I'm about to turn this thing around, about to make this bread real quick, So I got Biz. They got this cat named Sonny that he's originally from New York, but he's in Florida now. He's been like back to back, like, yo, I need that. You know what I'm saying? And what I try to do, this is what I try to do too, man. I keep my ear. Now, I try to keep my ears to the street with the artists I'm working with. Right. So, when I'm on Instagram and stuff, man, like everything is strategic for me. You know what I'm saying? I know like every month I have to have a certain amount of money to maintain, so I have to make a certain amount of money with the music, you know what I'm saying, to hold down my household. So when I'm on Instagram, I'm not, of course, I'm laughing and checking out stuff, but I'm checking to see who posting. Look, I'm working. If I see him in the studio, got a notepad writing down. If I see him at the booth, oh, he working. Oh, okay. Let me hurry up and send him some beats real quick. Like if I see dudes that on IG, I see them working or they talking about I need beats. If I got their number, I slide them a new joint. Like, yo, fresh. Like if I ain't even seen their Instagram, like if it's just coincidence, and I know that may sound triggery.
I love it. No, I mean, like, look,
that's smart.
Yeah, you're marketing, and it's guerrilla marketing at its finest.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks. That's like case in point. I just happened to be going through my Instagram today, and I seen an artist liked it, one of the beats, like one of my beats on my page. So I said, oh, and then he left a comment. Oh, let me slide this to him. Let me slide it to him real quick. Bam. Like if I ain't even knowing you commented, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so you just got to work. You know, people used to, people ask me all the time, man, like, man, how you get yourself going? How you do this and you do this? Now, I remember when I first started out, at one time I was full-time making music. Back in 2007, man, I used to drive trucks. I used to drive trucks, and I got fired. I remember the music has started to become such a demand. You know, it was like, man, I don't know what to do. And shout out to my wife, man, because my wife has always been like my major backbone. You know what I'm saying? When I was fearful, she'd be like, yo, just stop being scared and do it. And I remember, like, when my job fired me, she was 100% with me, you know, doing it full time. And I was able to take care of my family off of selling beats for like 7 years. 7 years straight.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is very inspiring for an OG in this music game that been selling beats since he was like 18. And I don't sell beats too much anymore, but just, you know, it's the hustle is real, and real salute. Seriously.
Thank you, man. Seriously. And you know, back in 2007, man, I was able to do it up to 2014, you know, as a full-time gig. And then, you know, even in that time while I was doing it full time, man, MySpace was like that's what I was about to say. MySpace was my major hustle. Going back to the question, people were like, man, how you get started? How you do this and this and this? I said, man, listen, I used to tell people, I said, man, look, when I started, man, MySpace was the spot. SoundClick and MySpace were my two go-tos. I will upload my beats on SoundClick. I will embed my beats SoundClick, on that MySpace. As soon as they open up that MySpace page, them beats start playing. To have it where as soon as they open it, start playing, so they couldn't deny the music. You know, and that's how I hustle and stuff, man. And I, you know, and it go and the question and what I was about to say, man. You know, people always ask, well, man, how you do this and how you got the grind. You know what I'm saying? It's a grind. It's a hustle. You know, you got to work it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have a steady clientele, man. If you go to my Instagram, I post a video almost every other day. I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is probably the only day I didn't do a video because I'm on here with you guys. But I stay consistent with it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a source of income for me, you know, whether it's me playing the beat and bobbing my head to it, you know, and getting the artists into it and be like, yeah, let me hit them up. Or if I'm, you know, I'm doing like a video where I made for the kits and for the sample kits and stuff, you know, it's a grind, it's a hustle, you know.
Have you ever done anything for television and film sync licensing at all? Have you gotten into that a little bit?
I have, man. So they got this a friend of mine, a buddy of mine, he was doing some he was a music supervisor for this documentary that recently came out in the movie theaters. It's a It's a I'm sorry. It's a documentary that this gentleman put out about Christian hip hop. For those that don't know, Christian hip hop is a thing. It's a real thing. And so what this dude did, it is a big thing. So this dude, what he did, he did a documentary on how that even came into fruition. And a friend of mine was the music supervisor for it. And he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm a music supervisor for this documentary that's coming out, which will be on Netflix spring of next year." So, well, my buddy being a music supervisor, I was able to land like 4 beats on that documentary, which come out, Lord say the same. And thank you. In the spring of next year. So, that'd be some royalty money right there.
There you go. That's something that we are on the hunt around. There's a lot of people that kind of break down how to get into that whole lane, and that's something that we are very interested in.
You would think it's, I ain't gonna lie, bro, for the lack of better words, it is like a secret society. It is like you got to be a part of the Illuminati to get in it. I'm telling you, it is hard, man. I'm 40, I'll be 45 years old in April, man. And I want to say, like, the past 10 years of my life, I have been trying to break off into TV. You can get into the TV world, into the commercial world, man. I believe once I can get into that and catch a groove, I'll be able to slow down from the compositions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because, as long as the TV show is playing, just think about it. The person that came up with the theme song to Good Times. Every time Good Times is played, whether on TV One, on Hulu, on Prime, on Prime, Amazon Prime, bro, they get a piece of that money for that same song since the 70s, bro. That is money that type of money is the type of money that, that goes on from generation to generation to generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
what's your main, like, if you could produce a track or write a composition for ideal artist or ideal genre of music that's like mainstream right now, whether it's TV, like, I know you're breaking down that right now, but what is your like target when you do it and you have the goal in your mind? What is the thing that is like your pinnacle? Like, what's the one when you reach that point, you're like, all right, I'm here.
Man, I never thought about that. I would. You know what? I think what would be the pinnacle for me, I would love to maybe have a theme song for a TV show. Like when I like, y'all might laugh, but I love the show In the Heat of the Night, bro.
Yo, that's one of the best theme songs of all time, man.
Bruh, I'm a barber too, right? So all my customers, they know when they come to my crib, we gonna be watching In the Heat of the Night. And don't you know that Quincy Jones wrote?
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I did not. And that's why I like it so doggone.
Power. Quincy Jones wrote the In the Heat of the Night song.
Wow.
Don't, man, that's In the Heat of the Night.
Right.
Man, I think if I would to do a theme song for a show, or even like now my second show is Law and Order SVU. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
On.
Just man,
guitar licks. Bang, bang.
Man.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
No, Chinky, you might have to get whoever composed it. I don't know the composer. You might have to get him on the show.
Come on, man.
It's funny, you guys. What's up, Marv? I jumped on a little late, but man,
Mine's is Knight Rider. Simple, but Knight Rider is like.
Come on, man.
Yo, honestly, that's simple, but it's not simple at all.
It's not, but
it's not simple. Like, can you imagine if that wasn't like digitized? If that was someone trying to play that and catch just as a one bar sequence of them not messing up.
Oh god!
And you got to remember, this is a lot of these shows. They weren't made today. They didn't have, one click and the beat play itself.
No,
it was
so they playing everything
machines.
out.
They got musicians coming in. They only got two. They only have 2 tracks to record to. You got to get it right, or you wasted the whole studio session.
You earned your money back in them days.
Yes,
yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of hopping on late a little bit too, but I just wanted to say in terms of the TV theme songs, a lot of the modern ones, especially, like I don't know if you guys watched that show Succession. Or like even Mad Men that was produced by RJD2. A lot of them are using hip hop producers and using a lot of trap beats and like, I mean, more like modern type of production in them, and it's pretty dope. But
yeah. And there's I know we'll get to it in that sync episode, but there's a code to sort of cracking that avenue, and we learned some from if you go back a few episodes, it was Steve Keat, who did the Martin Lawrence show, and it's just like you get a show that gets you the syndication.
Man, good. I know last week you guys were talking about your boy Clint, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a friend of mine was one of like Clint's students. My homeboy, a friend of mine named Walt Woods. He's on Instagram, and that's who been taking me up under his wing. And I will tell you this, bro. I told him, I said, man, listen, I feel like I'm chasing the carrot, bro, because this, it's just like, it take mad forever. He was like, hey, bro, just hang tight. It's gonna pop off. You know what I'm saying? But that process is long. But this brother Walt, man, every other day, I see him posting. He just found out he got a placement on ESPN or NFL,
NHL. It looks like I follow him actually.
HGTV.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, come on, I need to get in this. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna. The Fingers was just mentioning it. We're gonna have an episode where we're gonna try to invite a music supervisor on to talk to us about sync and TV placements and stuff like that. And that's hopefully early 2022. So next year, once we start bringing guests back on.
Like talk to us still.
It's going to be the second week of February.
Breaking it down. Yeah. Second week of February. There you go. But yeah, Walt Woods, it looks like we follow him. And it says
man, Walt
credits
is a
ESPN, MLB, NBA, NFL. Wow.
Yeah. And and Walt and Walt reached out to me because initially he reached out to me because he was like, hey man, you work with a lot of artists I want to work with. And I was like, hey man, you working in TV, which I want to work with. Let's hook one another up. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Get up, man.
So I'm gonna pause really quick because if ever a guest were to be on here, a lot of times we should give them like a green coat or something like that, because the Fingers is with us again. He's been on for about, what is this, the 6th episode?
The green coat.
He needs something like that.
No, you got to give him his own background. He needs his own background.
He needs a purple background.
Yes, he needs a purple background.
I feel like it's just, I feel like what's happening right now is like the Fingers he's honestly probably one of the members of the team, even before like the original 3 members of the team.
Somehow he was.
I don't know.
Like, he was here when it was 2 beats later.
It was 1 then 2.
Right. But
thank you for letting me sit in.
Yeah. I was just gonna tie things together because the Fingers, he's been selling some kits, and he was telling me a little bit about a new platform that he's getting involved with. So I don't know if you could kind of let the people know about what's going on with the Kitsy marketplace. Can you let us know about that?
Yeah. Does anyone here know about it yet? Have you seen any? Okay. So Kitsy, and Marv, I think you're really gonna enjoy this platform. Is a new platform, and I got his blessing to talk about it today. I was like, I don't know if I can talk about it. It's a new platform by Illmind. It's releasing 11:50. It's releasing in about 24 hours, 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, basically December 15th. It's a new platform for sample pack creators to sell sample packs, but it's on this platform that Illmind created. There's going to be, knowing him, he's going to do some NFT stuff in the future and have that all incorporated, some crypto stuff. But this is just the level one of it. And it's basically a platform for sample creators. I put all my sample packs up there. To get in on it now, at least for the guys here and whoever ends up watching this show before the 15th, you can join Illmind's Discord, and then in there there's a Kitsy channel, and you can get information on how you can get access early. You can upload your packs there, set your prices. He literally just uploaded a checklist there. If you go to his Instagram, he released an image today on his Instagram page that is all of the producers who signed up early. He made an NFT with our names on it, and he's gonna sell that NFT. And however that last photo right there, that first one, whatever it sells for in the future, everyone's name listed is gonna get a percentage of that selling price. I'm up there, right there next to Innotech, somewhere in there. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Like I've never been part of an NFT. I'm still trying to figure. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't know anything about it. But to be part of this is just incredible. Didn't know he was doing that, but the perks of sort of signing up early. So when it comes to sample packs, there are people that you trust, like Marv mentioned earlier, Illmind being one of the top. S1. Who I've been following for years, Cardiac, Frank Dukes, Lewis Bell, Shroom, Jake One. Then you have the companies, the arcades, the track libs, the splice, the sounds, the noise, the cymatics, the slate digitals. The list can go on. I literally have more samples than I could ever make beats with. And I keep getting more. I keep, cymatics is like, yo, I got to get the new cymatics, got to get the new S1, but now it's more so supporting these people, these companies. I know I'm never going to get to all those samples. But it's now just supporting them because I've been supporting them for years. So this marketplace is now a new platform. And when Marv was speaking about the Machine Masters, for me, I'm sort of the opposite. I don't have people coming to my site. So it's like, let me just upload my packs to Kitsy because I know that Illmind's going to have that audience. And hopefully, I can make it up to, even if it's the top 20% or 30% of packs on there, I'm more than likely to get more sales on there than on my site. And then maybe they'll find me there and want to come to my site. But I'm really going all in on this platform. I'm actually, all the kits I have out on my site, I'm actually adding bonus loops. I created bonus loops today for those kits, and I'm going to add them to just for the Kitsy people who buy it on Kitsy, because I did price my packs higher on Kitsy too. So to sort of justify a little bit higher price, because like Marv was saying, they do take a cut of the sales, but to sort of justify that, I'm going to add some bonus samples to each pack that I already have out on my site, but you'd only get them from Kitsy. So trying to figure out different ways. Yeah.
What's the cost for Kitsy?
There's different levels. I don't have it offhand. I think I'm at the like bottom. It's like $5 a month, and it's 3 levels. The lower you pay, the more percentage they take. So they might take like 10%, and then if you pay more, they might take 5%, and then if you get the full, the top level, they might take nothing. So it's different levels. But join the Discord. All the details. There's a code that you can get in the Discord group that'll show you how you can get to the early access Kitsy. So Marv, definitely check that out. Actually, did we lose Marv? I lost him on my screen. He was like, "Yo, he's like, I'm gonna go sign up now."
He's zooming in on the comment.
Man, I'm just looking at, man, that's a lot of producers.
That's the thing. And when you talk about earlier oversaturation,
sorry, my computer's acting weird.
How do you and that's just the people that are in there right now. Once it's open to the world, everyone's going to join. So you got to figure out how.
And it's 3 pages.
No, that's just one page. It's just like it's the information. But more people are going to join. So you just got to figure out how you can get your audience over there if that's where you.
But you know what though? Here's the thing though. You gotta instantly assume that a third of this list is just people who could do it, but ain't really hot. You know what I mean? Like not being funny, but
I see some names already. Ultra Beats.
Yeah, there's gonna be some celebrities.
There's gonna be some dope stuff on there, but I mean, it's like the caliber of music you're gonna get is it's like anything else. You know what I mean? When you go
like
to
Nocturnal
a platform,
Drums, he tough.
you're not gonna always. It's not always gonna be fire. You know what I mean? So you getting that top 30% is I believe that's gonna be like super easy to do for you.
Actually, follow up, like if you guys don't sign up, just follow up with me in like 6 months. Be like, yo, how's it going? I might be like, yo, I got $1 trillion of sales. I'm about to
pull up in the how's it going? I'm about to
the fingers won't answer our emails at that point. I'll be texting them
like do the number you dialed is no longer
this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, that's because we do have the 3 Beats Later beta pack. And we're supposed to be trying to finish another one. I'm
looking at getting on this tonight, bro.
I see Don Cody on there. Shout out to Don Cody.
There's names on there.
Oh wait, shout out Beat Sexual.
And the one thing that
has to be hot, right?
That
unknown is up under Frank Duke.
Unknown is up there. Frank Duke is up there. Frank Duke just retired and he's still making these.
Yeah, man.
But one thing and I talked to Ilman on the Discord. I'm like, yo, I really need a referral link. And he's like, they're working on it. So right now I can't like sharing this with you now. I can't just give you all a link and then you sign up and then I get a percentage, but they're working on it. There is a referral link. Yeah, he's on there. I think I told him about it. There's a referral link for buyers. So if you got buyers, if you sign up, you'll get a link, and then he has rewards built in. So it's gamified, sample pack, but it's a marketplace, just like any marketplace, and just got to figure out your lane. On there. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of those other guys, those Cardiacs, those S1s, those I think Superstar might be on there, Superstar O. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those other guys get on there, and guys and girls, get on there, start selling their packs.
Hey, you know what?
It's another platform.
You know what? Rise Up.
Marvelous Loops 7.5.
That's what I'm saying.
On Kitsy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be a lot of animals on here.
You know what? I'm reading this list and I wish I didn't
everybody.
I see a couple of cats that when I was
like
on
Kelsey, he tough.
I'm gonna share this clip.
I'm gonna share this clip with somebody that they know looking at this. You're like,
I'm gonna share this clip with Ilman, and he's gonna go off like, yo,
yeah,
yo,
man.
Don't do that, man.
What's crazy is,
yo, 3 Beats Later, we coming, bro. We coming.
Yo, shouts out Ilman.
I jumped on the switch with Ilman when he first did it, like last year. When I had time, I used to be on it all the time. I see a couple of cats that was on there when it first was popping that too, man. Like they really stuck to it. They was nice too. So,
bro, we should hit this whole list right here. Everybody on this list, anybody watching and you on this list, we would love to have you on 3 Beats Later. Let's talk about it.
You got 5 years of guests,
right,
bro.
Yeah,
it's some animals on there, bro.
And Marv, when you were speaking about like the sample kits, creating them. Like you've been doing it for years. I literally just started creating sample packs in July. And what one of the actually, if you go to my page, I posted about it today. One of the leading factors in that is because I had a conversation with S1 earlier this year. I want to say over the summer. And it's that first post there. I had a conversation with him. That's just one of the packs I got up there. And he basically I play some music for him, play some loops. I've always been on his radar and commenting and, following him for like decades. I don't know how, not decades, but for a long time. And I played some samples from him. He's like, yo, bro, why don't you just release sample packs? And just like that, I was just like, yeah, why don't I release sample? Because I never thought I play keys and playing in the church.
Bro.
I was just like, yeah, why don't I? So, a few months later, I had released this one. This is my first one, and now I got 7 sample packs I released this year since August. Some of my sites, some on like guest sites, and some that aren't out yet. So
and man, and let me tell you, bro, like that's what I mean. And I know we all know this, but that it's residual. That's money you make while you sleep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it won't hurt if you got if you got something you can do. Like you got the keys, like you can put that out there, man. Look, what if you get 4 sales for the week first starting out? You know what I'm saying? And then next week you triple that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hurting you. It ain't hurting you because it's already out. It's already out there. It's just money. Look, you wake up and you made $100, $200, $300. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something Jazzy Jeff said some years ago. He said, man, listen. He said, when you die, you should die empty. from a music standpoint. Mm-hmm. If there's something that if everything that you have in you musically, you should die empty with it. You know what I'm saying?
He said that to you?
No, he ain't said. Oh no,
he was like, yeah, he called me.
But I took it as he told it to me because it was just so profound. Because I'm like, so what that was telling me, like, man, like, and even in the Bible, man, it talks. God said, man, your gift will make room for you, like your talents and stuff, man, like those. You know, he didn't just give those to us to be sitting on them. You know what I'm saying? He give them to us to be able to, you know, take care of our families, take care of responsibilities, right. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people always talk about, man, you know, they got just buku beats sitting on your hard drive. Man, it won't kill you to make a B page. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I put out one kit. I put out a kit. I can't remember it. Man, if I go to my page, I put out so many kits I can't remember. But this is what I did, bro. This is what I did, y'all. I took a kit. I made this kit out of some loops out of beats that I didn't finish. So like I took a piano loop that I made. I ain't never used this in a beat. Let me take this sample and make a loop with it. Let me make it a loop. Let me make this 8-bar piano loop a loop. So that's what I did. I started going through all these beats that I didn't use. Hold on. Yeah, so you're on the page right now, Cheeky. If you go to my no, you got to go to you have to go to my Airbit page.
Okay, what is that?
Airbit.com/Marv4MoBeats. Man, that's crazy. I'm up here talking about a kid. I don't even remember the name of it. But that's all I did. And it didn't kill me. So okay, so it should give you the opportunity to go to to my sample kit. Scroll down. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what the sample kits. But anyway, I created a kit out of samples of beats. I mean, different loops that I used and beats that I didn't finish. How many of us got beats on our computer that we didn't finish? How many of us got drum loops on our computer that we didn't finish? You could take them drum loops. You could find 10 beats that you ain't finished. Take the drum loops and sell it and make and look. 3 beats later, drum kit, drum loops. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, man. Random
drum loops that we found on our hard drive.
Y'all see what they're doing right now, right? Y'all see what they're doing? They infusing themselves into the money. So if we do this, we gotta pay him and him.
No.
The Rand drum kit.
I'm with it. Cross promotion, cross platform.
So listen. I put out beat tapes. I do instrumentals too, right? So I do these instrumentals called sketches from my iPad. I got volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think, out. And you know what I did? There was the last sketch of the iPad. I said sketches of my iPad, lost beats. A lot of beats that I didn't have. Just put it on iTunes, man. But I could have took those same beats and turned them into drum kits. Right. You know, could have turned them into drum kits, man. So the point I'm driving is, man, listen, all of us got some music. All of us, there's an opportunity for everybody to make some bread out here. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a matter of and even with it being saturated, man, you gotta everybody, each and every one of us got a group of people that like our production. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you start out. That's how you start. That's why, man, like I got my text group. I hold fast to them. And look, I don't just call them, and when I got beats, I check up on them. Yo, man, just checking up on you, bro. Hope all is well. I got a group text app, and I send out the same thing. Hey, man, happy Thanksgiving. Hope y'all are well. I try to, intrigue my people. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time, when I put out a product, you know what I'm saying, they right there. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is intriguing the people that you already got rocking with you.
Marv, I want to follow up on one thing you said.
Yes, sir.
And it was great. And I know you got to get to Beat Cheeky. We can go to like 1 a.m.
But
you shared that Jazzy Jeff quote. When you die, you should die empty. And what I really like about that is because I'm doing so much musically, similar to you. I'm doing the beat CDs. I got a series called The Fingers Beats for, and it's basically a type beat CD, and I market it to like the artists to their camp, and then I also put it on like DistroKid and Audius and all those platforms.
Yes, sir.
And then do the piano remixes of like pop songs, and then I'm also learning about the sync stuff this year. And like the current thing is trailer music, which is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother side of sync. I'm really studying that heavily over the last 2 months and tapping into that lane. And I'm seeing how all of it's coming together, because I can take a song and basically make a trailer remix of it, and like pitch it to, like, I literally have sent emails to all kinds of film companies, and people are like, yo, you should reach out to Jordan Peele. I'm like, I'm reaching out to him. I'm hitting up Monkey Paw. I'm hitting up all these people, because it's an avenue I just 2 months ago I wouldn't have never thought about looking into,
right,
if it wasn't for making these connections, learning about sync, learning about like people doing voiceovers, and just diving in and putting all this music out to the world, not knowing how or when it'll come back, but believing it will, and knowing that when I do die, I'll have, a million posts up on Instagram, music posts, every music, everything posts up there, like you posting every other day, Instagram or YouTube or wherever it is, TikTok, wherever your platform is. The music's out there. That's the resume. That's the legacy, as long as the platform exists. And that's that's your catalog.
Yes, that's it, man. That's it, bro.
I think the next step we're all waiting for the both of you is, when are we going to see management and placement and all of that good stuff? We need a
oh no, wait, because I'm gonna say one more thing, because Marv had mentioned something earlier about reaching out to like artists and stuff, and I want to add on to that, because another cheat code, these platforms are basically doing the work for you, like Billboard, Variety, right. Every quarter. Yep. There's a top 10 artist to be on the lookout for. I look at these lists, and I go to, I play 1 or 2 of their songs, and I might not reach out to all of them, but there's certain ones, like, it's like, okay, I could try to tap in with them. Find them on Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram. Shoot them a message like, yo, do you need beats? Yo, where can I send you beats? Freshman XL, the top, what are they called? Freshman class.
Right.
So that's the up and coming group. Reach out to those. Billboard's doing lists like almost every month. Double XL, Variety, all these different, Billboard. I think I said Billboard. All these different magazines are doing lists of like the next R&B, the next pop, the next hip hop, the next
everything,
whatever,
independent artists, all that.
The next producer. Where if you make sample packs, that's a great way to connect with producers. And I've been connected with producers that way. Like, yo, let me send you this new sample pack. So it's great for networking.
Yeah, it is. With the iPad, man, it's because it's my niche. I've been able to encounter, case in point. So, well, I don't want to say case in point. For example, Warren G reached out to me, right? So Warren, he ended up following me. So that just killed me. I'm like, Warren, I'm trying to figure out, okay, this is his page. So I'm trying to figure out what this is. But then he DM'd me. He was like, yo, man, I see you get busy on that Beatmaker 3. He said, man, I would love for you to teach me how to use it. So I'm like, wow, man, this ain't Warren. But then when he sent me his number, and I sent him a text, and I was like, yo, OG, this is Marv. And we ended up talking on the phone, man. He was like, yeah, man, I want to be able to, have something that I can use when I'm on the plane and stuff, because I can't haul the MPC around and stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. Now, we never got around to doing it, but, it's just the fact that, people see that the iPad is just as powerful as the MPC.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know,
I can't wait for you to get that call. Like, listen, man, I don't know when you can make it where I'm at, but how about you teach me on the plane?
yeah. He's like, I rented out this private jet just for the beat maker lesson.
Teach me on the plane. I don't know where we going. We not landing until we got some fire.
And you know, and man, I want to add this too, man. You know, I can't stress enough with the iPad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I first started telling people what I started using, people, you know, of course, man, people clowning and stuff, and you know, this and that, man. But you know, I'll be honest with you, there was maybe a few times, you know, in that whole moment where I kind of felt like, man, maybe I shouldn't tell dudes that I'm using an iPad, man. You know, because you know, they clowning me. But I just said, man, you know what? Forget that.
Exactly. Forget
that, man. I'm gonna show these dudes. I'm gonna show producers that you can do this. That you can that the iPad is just as powerful as an MPC. Now, me and EA Ski is another industry producer. We would like debate back and forth. We would get into like arguments over digital and analog. Because he's an analog freak. You know what I'm saying? Everything about EA Ski is analog. But what I like about it is, hey man, people recognizing and seeing. And not only is the producer community seeing it, but you got companies like in Cubase's Waves have a whole bundle. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bundle in Cubases. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got IK Multimedia, you know what I'm saying? They got the Mixbox series with all of these state-of-the-art, you know, plugins that you get on the desktop. You know what I'm saying? You got Arteria, you know what I'm saying? They start making their synths that's on the desktop for the iPad. Moog, you got the Model D. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're a lot cheaper. There's a cheat code because you can, especially if you use Mac, you can connect your iPad to the Mac. Go on YouTube. There's videos showing you how you connect your iPad. You can use the sounds from the iPad in Logic, in Ableton, and Pro Tools.
Man, you got the whole Fab Filter suite on iOS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so man, these companies know that the iPad is a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and you know, not only does, you know, Marcus and myself use it, but you got a good friend of mine, Henny the Business. Henny, you know, did a lot of stuff with he had some production work on J. Cole's last album. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff he did was off the iPad. You know what I'm saying? He did some, you know, he's known for doing
Didn't Madlib do the whole Freddie Gibbs album?
Madlib
did the whole
Madlib,
using Beatmaker 3. He made parties in LA for Kanye on Beatmaker 3.
Yeah. And when you start learning about these guys, like Henny's incredible. And I connected with him. I've been following him he's the one that got me into Beatmaker 3. I didn't use Beatmaker 2. I was using iMachine and GarageBand and all these other apps. And then he got me to Beatmaker 3 just from watching his YouTube for years. And then he reached out to me. He hit me up last year. He was like, yo, we working on this plugin for the iPad. And I was like, oh, this app for the iPad. And we want you to be involved. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, just demo it for us and, you know, create some presets. And I created like a bunch of presets. They ended up taking, they're like, we only need one. I created like 30. But they released it's called Housemarque 1. It is the best electric piano, at least for me, on iOS. And they're also educating. So people like Henny, he's a professor at is it Morehouse? And they're teaching the next generation of producers how to produce on the iPad. So there are classes showing iPad production. There's a whole new wave of producers coming up. You know, our kids had, you know, iPads before they had computers. So it's like they have iPhones. You can make music on any of these platforms.
And it's so intuitive. I mean, that's like I am the Beatmaker 3 guy out of most of the 3BL hosts. I'm the one that tries to get everybody to get on Beatmaker 3. But it's so intuitive. It's like just the way that the pads are set up, the way that you could go into any snare, you could hit the 16th notes or whatever.
I'll tell you how intuitive it is. The company that makes Beatmaker 3 is literally called Intua.
That's right. Shout out Intua.
Yeah, Vincent, the owner is my guy. Vincent,
Yeah.
he's a good friend of mine. He's over in France, so he ain't like
power.
But
You think we can get an interview?
Yeah, we got to do it on site. It got to be on site though. We all got to go to France.
No, listen. Here's what we gonna do. We gonna call Warren G. We're gonna teach him how to make beats on the way to France.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I think Vincent would be down for that, man. He would be down. He's a cool white guy too, man. He cool as a fan. You know, I've been able. When I was doing music, I was doing this music. I was doing this after school music class for online last year, and I told him, I said, "Listen, man, I need y'all to be a sponsor." I said, "I need about 20 codes to the beat making joint." You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, that's
so
that's a
3
lot.
beats later. So does 3 beats later.
Yeah, oh yeah. And man, he sent them to me, man, and I think I thank God for that, man. I thank God for those type of relationships. Just being able to go to the source. You know what I'm saying? Being connected to the source of a software you use. It's a blessing, because when I needed him, he came through, man, and and again, that's why I stand behind Beatmaker. You know what I'm saying? I stand behind the iPad. I'll go toe to toe with anybody. You know what I'm saying, on the iPad. When I travel, that's all I bring. I don't even bring a MIDI controller with me a lot of times.
Wow.
Now, if I go on vacation, I'm somewhere where I can set up, I bring a keyboard with me. But, you know what I'm saying? I got, iOS. Now you can connect hard drives. So all my sounds on my hard drive. And, it's just the way to go, man. I know, and being somebody that's in their mid 40s, I know how, us old men can be stuck in our ways. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it's a game changer. At least
you got me. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this iPad situation figured out. I got 2 dead ones in the drawer. I'm gonna figure this out and get it cracking again.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.
Shout out to Vincent. We definitely would love to talk
Vincent.
to you, sir.
Man. I reach out to Vincent now. Like right now, I know it's probably either about 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's like my 5 o'clock, 5-6 o'clock, it's like evening time. So when I wake up in the morning, man, when I wake up tomorrow, man, I'll reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in doing it. And man, another thing too, man, I want to say this too. Another thing that kind of just established my platform, going back to Machine Masters, is when AG and them hired me, I did what Fingers did, what you guys have Fingers would just be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I almost became a part of the crew before you was a part of the crew. That's what I did with Machine Masters. You know what I'm saying? I would like buy kits and I would tag them, you know what I'm saying? And I'll put AG and Billy in there, just to see how I flip one of the Booney Tune samples or whatever. And then I tag Booney in it, and then Booney repost it. So what happened, AG said he started to realize, so he DM'd me. He was like, "Hey man, I see you buy a lot of kits. Would you like to be a part of the team?" I'm like, "Yes, I would like to be a part of the team." And so what happened, I took advantage of it, bro. I said, I got to come on there with my iPad. That's what you're gonna hire me for. You're gonna hire me for the iPad. At one point in time, man, there was so much content about Beatmaker 3, he had to scale back because the company is called Machine Masters, not Beatmaker. You know what I'm saying? And man, I went on there, I started doing the Mobile Tuesday remakes. You know what I'm saying? I sent it out to a friend of mine, a guy just the other day, just want to learn how to sample. I said, man, listen, I said, check out these Mobile Tuesday remakes that I used to do. I used to take like all of the, you know, back in the day joints, all the big joints, and go back, find a sample, chop them up, you know what I'm saying, and redo them. And that really helped me too. You know, even showing other producers like, yo, man. And that like the third video right there on my Instagram. That's one of the Mobile Tuesday remakes that I used to do. Oh, you playing it? So just
what up? It's your boy Marv4MoBeats from Machine Masters.
Oh, okay. So you go through the whole thing.
So that's Beatmaker. That's when I was on Beatmaker 2 heavy. But if you scroll, you'll see the song that I remade to the T almost. And what I'll do, I'll go through, you know what I'm saying, what instruments I use and blah, blah, what instruments I thought the producer used, and got as closest to it as I could.
The song is very simple.
Okay, so you remade the whole joint just using the Beatmaker 3.
I remade, yeah, that particular episode I did the DJ Toon joint. What you know of the TI joint. And that's what I would do every Tuesday. I did a whole bunch of Just Blaze stuff. I redid a J Dilla joint. I redid Stakes is High, which is that Ahmad Jamal sample is it's a I think I said his name right, but anyway, you're talking about complex samples, you know, and you're trying to figure out how they did it. I remade the We Gonna Make It joint. So, and I did all on the iPad, just showing the power, and that was the whole thing, to show how powerful Beatmaker 2, not even Beatmaker 3, that was Beatmaker 2. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and Vincent and them, they don't pay me for it, man. I just love it. You know, I just love the software. You know, I stand behind it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I could talk all day about Beatmaker 3, man, for real.
We're gonna convert.
Right, so
we're gonna convert everybody.
Listen, earlier today, Cheeky said, "Gonna get converted today," and I said, "Man, whatever, dude, whatever, man." He been saying this for a year. Now he came to Buffalo and showed me some stuff a couple weeks ago. I said, "I'm getting it tonight," but then I was like, I looked at him like, "Oh, I gotta buy packs and stuff too." I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind." Now, after watching this, after seeing this, after hearing what you're saying right now, 2022 might look a little different.
Yeah, man. I wish it was a way I could share my screen just to kind of, you know, show y'all my process. But I don't know if I had a share screen option up there.
While you figuring that out, one quick thing I will say, for those who watch this who are interested in getting Beatmaker 3, but you're kind of hesitant, go to this website called appsliced.co, APPSLICED, AppSlice spelled the right way, .co. And that's basically a website where you can set up alerts for any app that's out there for when they go on sale. You can also look at the history for when those apps went on sale. So for example, Beatmaker 3, I thought it used to be like $50. Now it's like $27. So, but there was one time it was free. Like for NAMM in 2018, it was free. And I don't think it was free after that, but it's been down to $8.99. Thanksgiving this year, it was $8.99. So you can look at the history and be like, okay, it went on sale around Christmas time. It went on sale around, you know, this for one day. It went on sale. The app slice will tell you that for these apps, and you can be like, okay, I'll wait, you know, another week to see if they'll do a sale around Christmas. If not, then I'll just pay the $27 or whatever the cost.
I think that the Fingers owns App Slice.
Let me call my App Slice.
Right.
We got more coming in. I actually probably owe into Vincent an apology because I haven't used Beatmaker in a couple months now. Because the one sort of downside right now for me is the trailer music is really hard to make on the iPad, just because of the level of the amount of plugins that I'm using in the production for that side of things. But you can do orchestral stuff. There's incredible string libraries on the iPad.
Oh yes, you
I'm
got
trying to get more
iSymphony.
companies. iSymphony is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more of the string libraries to come over. There is an app called Staff Pad that has some of these like higher end libraries, but it's not a AUV3 instrument. It's just an all-in-one iPad, and it costs hundreds of dollars to get all these sounds in there. So I'm trying to get like the Spitfire Audios and the Embertones and the 8DO and all these companies to bring some of their stuff over to the iPad, which would make it even more powerful, at least for me. Even the free, like if I can get Spitfire Audio to bring labs over, the game would be over, like literally.
Right.
But yeah, I can go on a tangent all day. But appslice.co, check that out. Set up your alerts, not just for Beatmaker 3, set it up for the FabFilter stuff, set it up for all the stuff that Marv mentioned earlier, all the top quality plugins, the Arturias, everything that's on there. You can set up alerts for any plugin that you want, and then it'll send you a text, it'll send you an email, be like, yo, it's on sale right now, get it. And my wife would probably kill me because a couple years ago I probably spent hundreds of dollars on apps that year because of AppSlice. I waited for it to go on sale, went on sale. I got all these apps now on my iPad. So
here we go. We gotta segue because we are a little bit past the music listening portion. So if we all got another 15 minutes and we can hang for another 15, we're gonna listen to some beats because Marv, we made beats from your loop kit.
Okay.
And this will probably spur some more conversation. So I am gonna spin this wheel, and that's gonna tell us who gets to go first.
So here's what I'll say.
Yeah, go ahead, E.
Whoever goes, let's just only break down the Marv sample that you use. Like just break down the pieces of the sample, not the full beat.
Okay. And I'm gonna spin this wheel. It's gonna be a dummy spin. So the fingers, you dodge a bullet right there. Here we go. This is the person who gets to go first. Ooh. E.
All right.
Okay. Play some music for us.
So first of all, the track you're playing in the background right there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have a whole song that I made today.
Crazy.
I have a whole song I made to that. So I'm not playing that tonight, but yeah, I have a whole song I made to that in the car the other day. It's just like,
I mean, for real, brother, it's no need to redo those, man. Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like,
I was gonna say you set us up, man. You really set us up.
Like,
the track right here is like,
track is nuts.
This is an instrumental disc. Like this is
pretty much.
You know, I uploaded it. I uploaded the instrumentals on iTunes and just made it a tape.
Yo,
Man,
that's what this is. I was like, yo, how am I? This man just killed it and then said, hey, kill it again. Like, so I had to do it my way, man. I had to do it my way.
It's cooked, but don't overcook it.
Yeah, don't overcook it. Throw that back on the grill.
You know what, man? A friend, and before you start, man, my homeboy Beats by Jay Black, he's like one of the top finger drummers. You know, I will always, when I would put out a new kit, I always send it to him. If I know if he use it, then all the traction that he got, it'll come to me. He will always tell me the same thing. He was like, man, this is so hard, man, because you already be having these juggers already full. So I got this, and I think that's a problem that I have, because once I start making them, you know, you just start hearing all these parts. So I start, you know, you can hear even in that track, man, you got like so much stuff going on. I'm thinking I initially want to go in and scale it back, but before you know it, man, I ain't got immersed.
Right. It's like 9 layers in that joint, man. It's like,
yeah, man. Yes,
I love it though. I love it though, man. I like listening to your tracks. So
thank you.
I'm gonna play y'all what I did, man. And I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. If for any reason it gives me audio issue, I did bump it down, so I could just play it that way as well. But so here we go. right. So for the purpose of time, I want to stop it there so I can just break down what I used. I used a couple different tracks. So I'm just gonna break down the samples that I used, and then I'm gonna shut this thing down. So here's where we are with the what I used. So excuse me. So I took the drums from Where Did You Go, and I chopped them up.
Drums popping.
So I took those. I took a lot of the bass out of them. But I added a little bit more bass, and so I took the low end out, but I added drum bass to it to beef it up. But it didn't want to. I didn't want it to conflict with the main drum pattern that I was going to use. And so I did that, and then I took a chop of the Vox 2, because Vox 2 was left and right. Vox 1 and 3 were right and left separately. So I took Vox 2 and so I took it. I took it and I just replayed my own, keying of using those sounds, and then I added this additional one from Vox 3 over here because I'm like, oh shoot, and this is from When I Had You. So these two are from When I Had You, and so I just kind of took these two and was like, okay, we're gonna do this. So. I just built the beat around that, and that's what I got.
Yo, where those turnarounds?
That's you know.
The fingers.
Stuff. That's the. So yeah, but no, I enjoyed this, man. Not him. The other people's fingers. This finger.
Other people's fingers.
But no, I had fun. I had a lot of fun, and it took a lot out of me not to sample the melodies, because a lot of the melodies felt already sampled. Like I felt like you made these beats and was like, yo, make a beat out of this beat I made. I'm like, that's gonna be so hard. So I said, I'm gonna take the pieces of the beat that I can manipulate the most and do my thing with them and build around that.
Love it. Man, that joint was tough, man. And look, I can't sing. So how you chopped them vocals up was pretty dope.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna stop it and good luck to the next contestant.
Oh man.
All right. This is a tough week, man. I enjoyed it, man. Yeah. This brought out the best of you though. Like
I didn't even make a beat. I failed this week.
Last week you made a shirt that said I want to sample the song you sampled.
I did see that. Oh
yeah.
Was that a dummy spin or was that?
No, that's real. That's for real. That's for real.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? As long as I don't have to go after the fingers, I'm cool with that.
Let's see what you got, P. How did you do, huh? You said it was tough too, right?
I was kind of in the same zone that E was in terms of just trying to be like, all right, how should I approach it? Mm-hmm. But I had fun with you, and honestly, just thank you for letting us sample this. It was a lot of really, really amazing stuff, and I really like digging into the stems. That definitely.
Yeah, I think as artists, as like people who like make songs and make beats, it was a conflict for me because I'm rapping over the tracks as I'm listening, trying to make a beat.
I mean, everything, bro.
Like, man, heck, I can't shut my mouth long enough to press the doggone keys.
All right. Meet your engines, please. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm ready to go.
This one is hot and sizzling.
Hot and sizzling indeed. Yeah, so just real quick, how I approached this was I actually sampled a bunch of different things. And this was the third beat that I made, and each one kind of sounded different because the tapestry of music that we were given was so like rich. So there's a lot of different sounds I could pull from. I ended up landing here just because I feel like this was the quickest and just it just felt right. You know, sometimes you just mess around with the sample and it just feels right. So I think that's why I ended up here. Am I playing it? Oops, no, sorry.
Hot and sizzling.
Yeah, and I just used the simpler to chop that up, of course. And then the other part that I sampled was, oh, I'm sorry, I should even tell you the track that I used. I used Not Alone, was the track that I used. And then the other part that I sampled was this part. Yep, and that was about it. And then just the whole beat was. And the hot and sizzling,
Show your pads,
lady is from it's from actually not a Mad Lib, a J Lib song, which is J Dillon Mad Lib's album. They had that vocal sample on there, and I had to lift that real quick. Just
I kept wanting to sing. I kept wanting to sing "Lovers and Friends" at the change up.
Yeah, you know, you probably could sing that over the. Good call. But yeah, that's about it for me. Thanks.
Good stuff.
I can appreciate that sample loop for
sure. Dope.
Yeah, what are those, Marv? Are those, what is that, bells, or what is that, like a xylophone? What's going on?
No, that's actually vibes. It's a vibraphone. Yeah, vibraphone. Yeah. Yeah.
That's an iPad vibes though, right?
Yes, that is that's the iPad vibe. I do have a xylophone and the glockenspiels. A lot of the percussions that you hear on that, those are like my stash of instruments that I've collected over the years.
Oh, I should mention that I actually used your drums for that one too. I sampled the drums from the drum track as well. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And even like the drums and stuff, those are drums that I mic'd up and played. I got like three different types of
drums. You got a drum kit for sale?
Yeah. Yes, I have a drum kit for sale. Yeah, on the site right now.
Cause them drums be hitting, man. All your videos.
Yeah. I just came out with a kit back in November.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Wow. All right, Q, you're up. You got something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought he was about to unmute and say no. I'm about to say too. He let us spin the wheel to tell us no.
Did that once. I think I did something very similar. All right. Let me move this over here so I can see what I got. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Mute up, fellas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You give you another one real quick. I would. It's lonely at the top, but it's cold too. Yeah. And that's the only part they won't show you. That's the part they won't show you. One of the earliest forms of story coming out of Africa, tales of glory. A fable is a tale about animals, but in reality it's just humans in a sample. It instructs us, it teaches us something about our behavior that we might not see in ourselves, but more so in our neighbor. But most folks don't like to be told about their damn self, so a story unfolds. MC like me has to come and referee and twist the story and act like I'm talking about other MCs, but in reality I'm more talking to the listener. But I ain't dissing you, nah, don't get it twisted, son. When we came to these shores years ago, we brought along a flow that we barely did know. Made up some new ones when there were more peculiar behavior on part of the ones who enslaved us. Coming in with the drumming and out the speakers, we would tell stories about crafty foxes and sneakers, worn on our feet and getting chased by the cops. Man, we only talking about situations that never stop. Slavery of the mind, we trying to find survival code. Get a grip, sharpen your wits, and tell the younger folk each and every instruction comes with coded language. Message is hidden inside of what we're saying. Unseen toad and donkey having a race in the streets. I hope that Brer Rabbit finally gets some sleep. Hey, the first Spider-Man is black though. For real, yo, the first Spider-Man is black. Little black Mary, sweet as a berry. How does your garden grow? With collard greens and beans and all the things that make beautiful black chillin' grow. Get out. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Now, this is just,
Nope.
what I like to call
No.
it's like a stream of consciousness
No.
freestyle.
You hear me saying no, Q,
freestyling
right?
Because I have cliff notes that I'm using to cheat for stream of conscious. I don't write anything down though. I'm literally trying to catch vibes in fractions.
Q.
Just give you a stew with some blunted OG shit.
How did you come up with that drum pattern?
No, I want to know why he holding. Q, stop holding.
It's either sativa or
whatever it is. Listen. I just want to know.
I told my girl, like, yo, this is gonna be a weird one. I'm about to get weird right now, and everybody's gonna be like, "What?"
What's the time signature on that?
It's
112 over 73 over 86.
73
It's
beats
like,
a minute.
yo, listen, Q, stop doing this to us. That's all I'm gonna say is stop doing this, man. Just showing up out of nowhere.
I like how you rapped over that beat pattern because it kept changing up, but it was really dope. Very interesting.
I like how you didn't print your tracks.
I didn't have time, fellas. Like I literally, like I was saying in the text, I was like, bruh, I couldn't make a beat this week. This is a cheat. Okay, these are the same drums that I used on my last track, but I flipped them. It's the same drum patterns. These are the same drum elements. I slowed it down. I took the samples from last week, took them out, took the only thing that I'm really using off of yours is two elements right here. This the after that's drums basically, right? It's gonna come in a little slow. So there's that.
Coming out of Africa.
That you had a full boom boom pop loop with that.
Man.
And I agree with everybody else, bro. What I really wanted to do, what I was very tempted to do, was just take the stems. Once I found the 2-track folder, I was like, what the fuck? I'm just gonna rhyme on all these beats. I'm just gonna have to shoot you some bread and buy these beats and flip my crazy OG out of here rhymes and do my next little EP package. That's really what I was gonna do. Like I'm not, but I'm like, nah, that's lazy. I'm not. We'll talk about that later. Then I was like, well, let me kick some bars on here to show him that, hey, later I'm gonna do some more of this. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. And I literally did that in the last couple of days, basically. Today and
down.
So what you saying is ready to go shopping.
This is so different, man. This is different right here.
Pretty much.
Yo, this is the second week in a row that you've put out something that just makes us feel like you should be signed to LaFace in 1990. What was that year? 1995.
If nobody else puts out our NFTs, I'm doing it. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
Like how you the lost member of Outkast and nobody knew.
Not LA Reid, LA Ron.
Right.
LA Ron.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh, toss up. Okay.
It's the second time the fingers on here. Me and him went last. Well, I went second to last.
Oh yeah, didn't you say the guest not? Well, is he even a guest anymore?
No,
we gave him the green jacket. After you get the green jacket, I don't know if he's
bro.
a guest.
You got to get your own cup of water.
You're a co-host now. It's over.
you got to get your own water now, bro. You've been here.
We're not bringing you water no more. Man.
All right, mute up, fellas.
Grim got the grimy drums.
Can you guys hear that?
Play it again. It sounds like we can hear it, but I can't tell if it's your speaker or if it's...
Keep going.
Yeah, be good.
So,
Lord Jesus, this is a fire.
I'm okay. It's a fire. I kept it short because I was jamming up, so I had to cut a lot of tracks, man. So, it's dealing with that. But I'll play where I got the sample. I used "Say to All," the strings on that one. It was like one channel, but I made it wide. So let me activate these. These are fixed. All right, guys. Hopefully we don't get I won't get clipped, bro. And I'll play that. What I do is that's the sample I got from me. I chopped it up on Simpler. One channel, as you see, but once I put it on RC20, it opened up. You know, I made it wide on RC20. So, you know, that was the basis. Keep it nice and short. Piano from studio. I got rid of the track, but I loaded up with some effects on there from guitar rig and a couple of delays and stuff like that to open it up. Bass line is also from studio. And that's it, man. Any questions?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, why you didn't send me that? I told y'all I needed some help, bro. Like, you see what I'm talking about? You talking about I'm holding out.
First
I'm
off,
holding out, bro.
I just want to ask you how you ever so gently place that bass line so subtly in the background, but so powerful. Like, it was almost not there, but it was very powerful.
He
like,
said ever so gently.
No, for real. Like, when the bass line came in, I'm like, wait, is this a bass? And it was like, what?
Ever so gently.
As you guys know, I've been, you know, trying to perfect the sub bass frequency with my beats. I love that frequency. So I try to make it smooth as possible.
That was perfect. That right there was perfect. It was like you hear the way you hear songs on the radio in the car, but then you hear them in a car with a system, and it sound completely different. Like that was like in a system that would have knocked. Right, exactly.
Shout out to Apple EQ on that too, because the Apple EQ is magnificent.
You're always trying to convert me to Apple, man.
You know what I'm saying? I use a standard.
I like them chords. I like them chords you had in there.
Yo, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it, man. I'm
Yo,
glad
send me that track for real, man. Can y'all please send me these tracks?
I got you, man.
What's going on? I'm still waiting on that track from last week from Cheeky too.
I gotta bounce that down too.
You starting to act like P, man. That's how P used to be every song you eat.
Yo, my man just said a quote about do not leave anything behind. I'm ahead of all y'all, first of all, and I got rhyme books for days that have to be put out. So, you know, and I will double back for those beats later, Marv. I'm not even playing, bro.
No doubt, man.
Them beats is crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, last but not least, man.
Yeah, do I get a wheel spin? Does it even spin when it's only one person?
Bro. Nah, it doesn't.
Look, what happens? What happens?
Well, you want to see?
Yeah, let's see. He wants to know.
I actually close it out. So I'm
all right, take us home.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
I'm gonna do a
Logic
quick
game.
check. Did you hear the audio?
Yep. Ooh, you hear that craziness at the end of that?
Okay.
That's it. That's the beat. All right.
See how the mic.
I won't play the first minute because it's basically, if you look at the MIDI, it's the same. I just double it and then I do an outro. So I'm just play the last like minute and a half.
Power.
Let that die out. Yeah, so again, I've been on orchestral mode all year, so the ending of that, of course, had to go into the little orchestra. But
you are not above reproach, sir. I didn't want to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you off. How you just switch into Ludwig mode like that, though? he just switched like Ludwig mode. I felt like I was watching like the scene in Creed when they was doing the bike.
Dude, here's the thing. This show is about music producers. I hope some of y'all. I'm literally like up on the edge of my seat, looking at his freaking screen right here, like, and it looks like it looks, but in our head, that is it's moving, dog. Like that's crazy.
It's actually not much. It's 14, 13 tracks if you don't count my tag, and it's really not. I can't do too much or my computer will blow up. So I try to keep it. So a lot of times I got to bounce the audio, especially for the orchestral stuff. But I started with this "Fool Me Once" sample. I'll jump in a little bit. I'm here in Logic, so took that into a sampler, chopped it up, and came up with these chops here. Actually, I have it muted. I converted it to audio, but I took it in the sampler. This is the audio of that. And why I like to convert it to audio is because I like to just drop it down to octave. You can use like halftime or anything like that. In Logic, I just click here and just drop it down, transpose it, -12. So this is the octave lower.
Oh, I love that.
Just to add that vibe. The drums, I won't go too much into it, but Pulse, I've been using that all year since I got it. Hortator, both from Daloops. These are the drums with that. My computer might be glitching, but I'm in Virginia. That's the typical, you know, Virginia.
Yeah, I'm just going to say you got a Timberland vibe on that one.
You know, Pharrell, bounce, bink, bounce, all that.
Yeah.
And then for the breakdown, when like the strings and stuff comes in, I have the piano from Sound Yeti Revelation Scoring Grand, and that's playing. I actually used halftime on the sample, the Fool Me sample from Marv, and this is what's happening during the breakdown. That's the sample by itself, so it's a little like you know, distorted or like grungy. And then at the end of the breakdown, I have this Glaze, you know, shout out to Sauce.
Yeah,
I have the Cinderella riff coming in.
Wow.
Now I can hear those every time those come through. I know exactly where they're coming from.
That's Glaze right there. I'm
about to go Drake on this track, man.
Go Drake. It's Christmas time, so I've been doing a lot of sleigh bell stuff. So it's Christmas time. Sound Iron has this great plugin called Winter Bells. Really great. It's like a plugin that has like pads and stuff made out of like bell sounds. But I just use it for like the sleigh bells. So that's just doing this. So that's the Santa sleigh, and then at the end is where the orchestra comes in. I'm just using Spitfire Audio intimate strings, and then I'll also have that typical Drake filter bass from Spitfire Audio called Trends. PST. Both of these plugins are $29/£29 or €29. So this sounds like this. So your typical like Drake filter bass, and then strings. This is the end of that piece.
Oh, that's so deep. I tried to call you 5 times last night, but you didn't pick up the phone.
You could have just said you was out with Santa.
I tried to call you 5 times.
I saw you saw my text, but you didn't respond.
I saw you kissing Santa Claus last night under the mistletoe.
Yeah, that's so he's either gonna be doing the soft talking or he's gonna, you know, record the latest voicemail, and that's gonna be on that part.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the Drake Christmas album? I can picture all the classics redone by Drake.
How come you left the hair curler plugged into the wall?
Yeah.
Mommy kissing Santa.
At that point, you're basically that's an interpolation.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. I like this. I like this. Good. Tonight was a long night, but we made it through. Marv, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, man. Yes.
Apologize to everybody who is needing your time. That we took your time away. You know, you belong to us now.
I wish I could have played something for you guys, but because I failed to mention that Beatmaker 3, man. I record vocals and everything in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those EQ settings I got from him are settings that he was using when he was recording. I think it was your wife's album. It has those same presets, and I'm like, yo, this is just you just dial it in and you're good to go.
Can I share something with y'all real quick?
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
All right, so hold on. So let me see.
Oh, there we go.
Are we up?
Let's see.
So this is a session from my artist, and I think I got our vocals on here. Let me see. Can y'all hear that?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
You keep me where the struggle is, exaggerating, contemplating, like everything around you ain't fair. Wanna be mad and bitter, keep playing the victim, the drama. You with it, spilling blood, only innocent. This fight ain't really about you, it's the enemy, it's within me. When I try to do right, she wanna do wrong.
So what this is just a reference of what we're working on. But again, man, just the power of the iPad. You know what I'm saying? Like this plugin here, this is a plugin modeled after the Neve plugin. If y'all can see that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
And it functions just like the like a Neve channel. You know what I'm saying? And you know, man, I can go on. Hold on, let me pull up one more for you guys.
While you loading that up, I want to say one thing. About that. I got an echo. You guys hearing the echo?
Yeah.
So you sound amazing though. Keep going with that.
So power. I have two more. What I like about that beat, display, it's really underestimated the power of a beat that doesn't have a snare. And I love those beats, especially when it's just kick, hi-hat, you had a tambourine, but no snare. I'm like, I heard that feel coming. The drum, the snare about to come in, and it didn't show up. I was like, oh, and that's like I love those beats.
Yeah,
I listen to them more, but it has less. That makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, check this one out.
Okay.
Oh, that's snare too.
All these are live percussions.
Yo. Oh my god.
Wow. You are now rocking with
3 beats later on a Monday night. 3 beats later on a Monday night. Hey.
bass.
Marv.
Yep.
Yo, that right there is like some that's that blue eye. Every couple years they got a blue eye soul artist that comes out. Like a Remy Shan or like a Jason Mraz. And they have a hit that's like real powerful, but it got the first 45 seconds is just music and instrumentation. That would be the one for 2022.
That's a song.
That's a song for my artist, man.
That's amazing.
Are you playing bass on that too? Electric bass? Is that?
No, that's all keys. That's me playing them on the keys.
Wow.
That's good, man.
When does that come out?
You know what, man? We actually working. I want to say this particular song is called "Wait While You Wait." It's probably going to come out maybe March, April. We got a song that's going to come out at the beginning of the year. We actually just got finished working on the video. The what's the word I'm looking for? The sketch. For a video, for a song that she got coming, the treatment. We just got finished working on the treatment for a song that we're going to be doing at the top of the year. So that song is the beat that you just heard. That song is probably going to come out probably March, April. It's
That's
going to be a
perfect time for it. I was going to say that's a perfect spring track.
Yeah.
Like that's that.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yes,
Listen.
sir. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So
listen, just send me the Cash App request for the pre-sale now.
Right.
That's all.
I want to hear that drink, man. That's damn. That's my lane right there.
Matter of fact, that's how you should take us all out. Tell everybody how they can hit you on your Cash App and all of that. You know, your websites. You know? Yeah.
Well, man, you know, my website is Marv4MoBeats.com. What I was about to say. Instagram is Marv4MoBeats. I'm on TikTok, Marv4MoBeats. Everything is Marv4MoBeats.
You on TikTok so we can do some remixes on some of those beats on TikTok?
Yeah, man. You know that my TikTok platform has been gaining some traction. So yeah, it's been doing okay, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Hey, Marv, we have an open door policy with all of our guests. So that means if you ever got anything that you're promoting in the future, if there's anything that you want to do to just you see a guest that we have coming on, you want to kick it, just let me know and come rock with us. If there's something you're working on, new packs, new kits, anything, you know, we usually promote what's going on in our world. So yeah, open door over here. So
appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all for having me. It's been a long 2 hours. My wife texted me and said, she was like, how long is
what's really happening? What's really going on?
Man. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to take off this hat and put on another hat.
Absolutely.
Shut it
but
down,
let us
you know.
Make sure you come back when you release the video, premiere that joint here with us, man. I would love that.
I will do it, man. I definitely would do that. Yeah, appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you for hanging out, everybody.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Y'all have a great night. Thanks for rocking with us, man. It's been a wonderful time. Take care. Have a good night.
All right,
peace.
Peace.